Captain's Log Supplemental.
So, Miss Vicki.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when we were watching those WRL events and some of those grid life events where you used to see the in-car video and it had like the cameras seeing front and back, but it also could see all the telemetry and everything that was going on?
Mm-hmm.
You know, most of the ones that we liked were taken by the Sentinel system. Remember James came on our podcast earlier?
Right.
You know, we have no excuse since he lent us one for trial and demonstration purposes. We should actually probably put that in one of our cars. Maybe two.
I really think we should.
I think we should.
I know.
Because then we'd look like the immature endurance racing team that we are. Oh, wait, I mispronounced that, didn't I? Sorry, my bad. We could
So what does the Sentinel system do?
We could have 3 cameras with picture-in-picture. We could have, if we ever get the AIM system to work, open invitation to anybody from AIM to come on and give us a little bit of love. We need some help. And then we could have all our telemetry on there. And then we can have it streamed live into the paddock or around the world to our millions of fans. We're apparently very popular in Kenya right now. Don't know why, but that's fine. And it can integrate all the available race statistics from like Race Hero and everything. So we could actually see how we're doing on video. We wouldn't even have to carry around our phone anymore. Live.
I love it.
From the great halls of their house, there are assembled 3 who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher. Their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicki Fisher. Our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Skripchuk. And our Batman, the master of tools, gadgets, and all things mechanical, our mild-mannered soon-to-be billionaire, Alan Danvers. Their mission, to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them, and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team. Dominating with Dawson.
Dominating with Dawson. I needs me some Dominating with Dawson. Miss Vicki, she hasn't been here in a very long time. Where is Ben?
I know. I'm so looking forward to seeing Ben.
Where is that guy? I got my lamp turned down so that you can't even see me on the screen when we're talking.
It's just a big dark blob that's making noise. It sounds just like Ben. So while we're getting the noise coming from that big blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I host a podcast. I can't pronounce anything.
Is it Ben Dawson or is it a sentient nodule? Hard to tell.
Don't know. It might be AI Ben.
Anyway. Surely not.
Surely not. No. All right. So
surely
I have 4 top 10 list requests from a listener.
Okay.
We're only going to do one since it's 10. And if you can't come up with 10, or if you start to pause, Miss Vicki's jumping in and she's going to give you a couple. So,
all right. Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Top 10 things. We're like David Letterman right now. Top 10 things. I don't think we're going to have any celebrities come out from behind the stage and make fun of them, though. Top 10 things that I know now that I needed to know back then when I started. Top 10. Not like good to
number
know.
one. Are we starting at number 10 and working our way up to most important? Because I'll start with most important.
Since I gave you 0 prep time, I would say you can rank them as you wish, and the order is optional.
Yeah, I think number 1, most important, is don't skimp on safety stuff. Whatever you're out there doing, it's worth skipping a couple of them. If you're like, hey, I want to go do these, a couple of track days that are going to cost me $1,000 total, but I don't have a helmet yet, but I want to spend $750 on a helmet. Set it out. Get the good safety equipment. If you got a $50 head, get a $50 helmet.
Mm-hmm. if you want to keep your $50 head, get a $700 helmet. It's okay.
Yeah. One thing I didn't realize quickly enough was how big the market is for whatever you're doing, whether it's autocross, track days, endurance racing, sprint racing. if you're not exactly happy with the group you're doing it with, there's somebody else out there doing something exactly like it that might be a better fit. So feel free to shop around. Don't feel like you got to get stuck doing any one thing. That's down in the mids to low in the 10 range, but that's it's not super crucial, but it's just something to keep in mind. Like, it's easy, kind of like, I can't believe, so and so track organizer did me like that. He wouldn't even give me the t-shirt. I told him my t-shirts, what I mean? Go to the next one, whatever. Go try somebody else's track day organization. But also, if you find one who's doing you right, be loyal to them, recommend them to the other people so that they have, a good amount of participation, and gives them more and more reason to keep coming back. So that's the other side of that coin is shop around, but also show some loyalty and spread the word if you're really enjoying what you're doing, so that more people will come do it and they'll have more reason to keep doing them. Because I think I've never organized track events or races, but it's always seemed to me like a dodgy, sketchy process that just could go away at any moment, just at a whim. If it's like, screw this isn't worth it for me anymore, or something like that. So if you like what you're doing, show some love. You know what I mean?
It's not easy. I've seen people do this.
I don't even look behind the curtain at all. I'm like, as the deepest as I'll go is I'll be an instructor, but I'm like, don't tell me where the wristbands are in the trailer. Don't show me the trailer. I don't want to know how any of this sauce is made past the instructor meeting. You know what I mean?
100%. I do. There's a reason we are not Garage Heroes in Training track day.
Yeah.
No.
Let's see. Hey, you guys hit me with one or 2 years. Well, I'll think of another one.
So the first one that comes to mind didn't apply to us, but applies to many people, especially people who still haven't gone there their first track day. Don't wait for your car to be perfect. Don't get the turbo. Totally. Don't get the super spinny wheels. Don't get the, as soon as I get my nitrix, or as soon as I get my, if the word as soon as I get my whatever, stop, go to the track. Drive what you got.
Yeah, totally.
If you got 400 treadwear tires, that's fine. If you got standard brake fluid, that's probably fine too. I'd rather have you have dot fluid.
No, that's where you and I differ. The only caveat I'll give you is if it's track driving is a big enough, if track driving is a big enough dream for you, go ahead and put the good juice in there. Because also, you might be somebody who's like, hey, I'm going to go out there and hit the brakes hard right away. I've had students hit it hard enough where they needed a good fluid. So I would say, and it's not expensive.
No,
we're not talking about, you don't have to change any other parts of your system. All you're talking about is flushing a bottle of fluid through. So do that. Get a shop to do it for you. But anyway, yes, you're totally right, Bill. Don't wait till you got your so-and-so. All I need is this nitrous kit or whatever. You don't need shit. Just get out there and have fun. You will be shocked by how much fun you can have in the car that you drive around. Probably not a high roll center vehicle like a minivan or a pickup truck, but if you're just driving any kind of sedan or coupe,
if it won't roll over, you're good. And
totally.
Brake fluids kind of next step to me would be brake pads, and then anything else is extra. Just wait, because the other thing is you're not going until you do this certain thing. And I can almost guarantee you, whatever you think you need on track isn't it.
Right.
Or isn't the right one.
If you think about it too, is that the first time you're going out on track anyway, the only thing you're doing is learning the track. You are not going to be hitting full speed on your car. You're really not. You're gonna put yourself.
You think you are, but you're not.
You think you are, but you're going to be in self-preservation mode. In a sense, you're going to be very cautious on the track. So the whole first time out there is you just learning what your car feels like, and level one in general is going to be a lot of just learning more than it is speed and the pressure that you're going to be putting on your car. So
unless you're a maniac like me.
Yeah. So just go out and have a good time and just learn.
Yeah, that's exactly true. Yep. I'll say I got a couple that feed right on the back of this one. Is have somebody ride with you in your car, even if they're not your official instructor, or if you're able to have somebody get in the car with you, get in, if it's another instructor or somebody, if you're at track events, it can have a passenger. If you have a passenger seat in your car, let somebody ride with you and talk to you about what you're doing as often as possible. It's going to help you get better faster.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the funnest things.
Ask me how we know.
Yeah. One of the funnest things I get to do when I'm at a track weekend, if I'm helping to instruct, is is, I've had people who are, former students or somebody who's, way more advanced than they were the first time I was in the car. They're like, hey, can you get back in with me and kind of help me kind of see what I need to do next? And then it's so much fun to jump in with a more advanced participant and help them to get to the next level of their game. But aside, another one that I add right in the side by side in the top 10 with that is to ride with as many people as you can. Don't just have people ride with you, but jump in and see how other people are doing it. It'll be shockingly eye-opening. I remember one of the first times when I had my Miata, I had an instructor who was a spec Miata racer. Now, I mean, like probably a mid-pack NASA guy. So, obviously not setting the world on fire, but doing his stuff way better and more competently than I was as like probably an intermediate NASA participant at the time. And he had a passenger seat in his car, and I got to go take laps. I got to do that with a couple different spec Miata racers, and I was like, "Whoa, you can do this, this, and this here." And part of it was slightly better prep cars, but part of it was just knowing what you can get away with. One of the biggest things I do in a car with other people is enabling them and letting them know, yes, you can go ahead and hit the gas now. Or, if they get in there, watch me like, oh my God, you're taking that flat out or whatever. It's like, yeah, I don't have time to wait. You got to go. You got to find the fastest way through everything. So it can be very illuminating and enabling for you as a developing driver to ride with as many people and as big of a variety of platform as you can. I recommend that just as much as having people ride with you as often as possible.
Yep. Miss Vicki, what you got? Got any? What do you wish you knew or would tell yourself? Besides, let go of the shift knob.
Yeah. I think for me is to get people in the car. I still haven't gotten enough people in the car. Further you go down the road.
Turn them down.
Well, yeah, but only you. So, because sometimes you have a tendency to pick up bad habits along the way, and they're kind of a fast way of learning how to do things properly the first time. And that way you don't have to break habits further down the road. So definitely people in the car. Definitely.
Okay.
How about you, Bill?
Well, I mean, the cheap answer is I wish I need to know which car Black Betty is so that I don't try to keep up with it by mistake. But that's a longer story. I think, and I'm surprised your answer didn't go here. I think I have two, but I'm going to take the one that is going to annoy you that you didn't say it. Try to get to a skid pad.
Get to a skid pad. I had my greatest learning experience on the skid pad.
It sounds dumb.
It does.
It really does. It sounds like why this is this A, I can't learn anything here, and B, it's not going to be fun. Wrong and wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. So
now, what you're going to learn on a skid pad is you're going to learn what your car feels like. You're gonna. It's very much a sensory experience.
Yep. Ideally, with somebody there to kind of help guide you a bit, but it's a good one.
That's really it really connects you with your car and the level of grip that you have in a way that nothing else can.
Yeah, indeed. What do you think, Ben? You got some more? We're up to 6 now. We got 4 more.
Hell yeah. I got two right out of the gate. One's really simple, but it is this: put in that cool shirt system.
Especially the Southern boys.
Gosh.
I drove up until when I came back after my first time coming back after the pandemic was the first time I was ever like, oh my God, I can't be in the car. Like I think I was in my low 40s. But I mean, I grew up in Alabama and I was Mr. Sweated Out, endurance racing, whatever. I didn't care. If I was a cool shirt in the car, I would take it, but I didn't need it. But especially after I hit 40 just about, all of a sudden I couldn't be in the car for more than 20, 30 minutes if it was in the middle of summer without just starting to pant and freak out. If you're panting, if you're doing panic breathing with your mouth open, you're not making smart, safe decisions. You know what I mean? You're in fight or flight mode. Your body's already trying to reject everything you're subjecting it to. So it's not really going to be like, oh, what's the best way to negotiate this traffic situation, or did I just miss that turn entirely? So I recommend doing what you can for driver comfort in the car. I've never been a big drink bottle guy, but if that's the next thing for you, I've always been a big like chug Pedialyte
Hmm.
until you nearly have to pee and then get in the car kind of guy. But if you're somebody who wants to, a guy or girl that wants to be having drinks in the car, set that up for yourself. Not boozy cocktails in the car. When I say having drinks, I mean have a drink system in the car.
Yes.
Drinks are for after the track goes cold. Everybody, no glass.
Yeah.
Um, that's one. Shit, what was that? I had another one come back to me. I forgot what my
Well,
other one was. It was right behind that.
to add to the heat thing. So after a couple races, we got to the point where we were driving pretty decent stints with the cars we had and the skill we had. So 2.5 hours is kind of the standard norm for us. One thing I did notice is it didn't bother me driving, but especially when it was hot, I would get out of the car and I wasn't just like tired or, oh, I did a long stint or anything. I was pretty much shot for the day, like
Right.
done,
Yeah.
which means I wasn't cool. And that's not what you want to be because I probably wasn't at my top form. So just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it.
Right.
So, Miss Vicky, you're going to go for number 8?
So, are we talking about pretty much the important things or stuff that I wish that we learned
Stuff that you wish you knew before you got in the car.
before I got in the car? Um,
If you don't have one, I got one.
no, that's fine. That's fine. For newbies, because I like to speak to newbies.
You just
It
like saying
is.
the word newbie. That's what
I
it is.
know it is a lot cheaper for you to do minor maintenance on the car yourself.
Hmm.
So, one of the things that I find very valuable was to make sure that you get, what is the book called? Berkeley,
Bentley.
the
Yeah.
Bentley
Yeah.
book, the Bentley book.
If your car has one, yeah.
If your car has one, highly recommend a Bentley book over all others, because it is pretty much an owner's manual and a troubleshooting manual for your car. This was the most mind-blowing thing that I think that I have ever really experienced because um, a car it's pretty much like a box of mystery.
Hmm.
But when you have
Yeah.
when you have that book with you, it literally breaks the car down in segments. It shows you part by part. It shows you all the troubleshooting charts. It shows you a wiring chart, all the colors that it tells you what they go to. And even with that book, I mean, there's diagnosing problems that, you're going to have to, eventually level up to. But for all your like simple maintenance, like get down and just do your own brake job. Get down and like do your own oil changes. You can
Oh
save
yeah.
a ton of money doing that
And ton.
alone when you're racing. And sometimes racing, but you can, if you can, cut, some, make things a little cheaper for you, definitely do some of that yourself. Absolutely.
So Miss Vicky's a fan of that particular Bentley series of books for several of our cars. But if you don't have that or it's not made, the best place I found is E like the letter manual, as in I'm looking
Mhm.
for my manual, and then apparently it's available online. So it's called E Manual Online, and they will have. I would say probably if your car is 10 years old or older, they'll have the actual tech service manuals
Mhm.
on there for like 20 bucks, 30 bucks. And
It
printing it is going to take a lot of paper, but it's 700, 800. I have one that's I think it was like 6 volumes of a couple hundred pages each. It was just like everything. So
right, and it tells you everything about your car. And not so much descriptive as it is a lot of pictures and well, not pictures. I don't mean like pictures.
diagrams.
Uh, right. They're like diagrams, and then they're just simple explanations. They're not overcomplicated. Some of the books that I've seen were just they kind of walk you through it, and it's very complicated, almost like a newspaper. And I find that to be something I don't really I can't digest very well. But if I have any issue, that manual just tells me everything. I personally think every car owner, and especially every teenager car owner, should have one.
Yep. All right, Ben, I'm going to take number 9. You get number 10. So you ready?
All right. Yeah.
Get instruction, good instruction, ideally coaching as early as possible, because to the surprise of you who has not done this yet, you are not God's gift to driving. You are not naturally talented. You are not Ayrton Senna reincarnated. You are, if you're really good, you're barely average
Yeah.
to start.
Yeah, and if you're competitive and you want to get an edge on getting into it as quickly as possible, if you want to ramp up your learning curve the best, that's the best way to do it, is have somebody competent and good in the car with you instructing. And that's not necessarily for your first 2 track events, whatever instructor you
No,
get with whatever group. You may
no.
luck out. You may luck out and get an exceptional one. Like whoever gets me is usually pretty fortunate, because I'll be handing you handfuls of seconds every session, at least to start with. But I will sit here and blow my horn all day and say that I'm great. It's only because I am. But most people don't do it as well as I do. Most people are just there to get free track time or just to tick a box. So yeah, seek out some good, competent instruction, whether that may even be paying somebody who's the local pro or something like that to spend the weekend with you or something like that. It's worth doing. If you can afford to get to the track, maybe you might want to think about skipping an event or two and spending the equivalent of a track day money on having somebody hang around with you all weekend. I don't know what a coach would cost for a few sessions or a whole weekend, but it's worth looking into.
Well, just because they're fast doesn't mean they're good.
That's true. It doesn't mean they're good communicators or are able to impart what they know, but
Yeah.
somebody, if you've been to a couple of track events, somebody around, hopefully that you've met, or at least with the organization, might be able to recommend you. So you might want to email the track event organizer and say, "Hey, I had a great time doing these last couple of months, but I'm ready to kind of up my game. Do you know anybody who would be a good to ask to coach, or you got an instructor you could put me with who you think would help me up my game?" And they might. I mean, the track day organizers want you to have a reason to come back. They want you to keep participating, so they're inclined to help you out. Is one way to look at that.
And we've got a list of people that we know and have tested and trusted pretty much across the country. So if you need help, just send it right into GarageHeroesInTraining@gmail.com, and we'll send Ben out to instruct you.
You can always send this video too. If you're just like, "Hey, what the hell am I doing?" Send us a video, and I don't mind taking a look at it. Not like I'm God's gift at driving, but I'm pretty good at taking a look at somebody's video and saying, "I think you might be able to try this or this and do better or have more consistent results."
All right, Ben, self-imposed limit of 10 things. I'm sure people will write in and say, "You forgot, you dumb." What is it?
I'm only gonna put like 3 into this last 10. No, one of the big ones that I wish I had gotten to sooner was get to the track, and hopefully you're not picking like the most obscure car in the world out there, but get to a track event, or especially a race if you're doing endurance racing. Quickly identify other entrants or teams who are running a car that's like yours. Get to know them, be friendly with them. Even if you're competitors on track, you want to know them in the paddock, because you're going to break some shit and you're not going to have what you need to fix it, and they might. Or they might know which part store has the thing you need.
Yep.
So become buddies with everybody at the track who's running the same car you are.
Absolutely.
And you're going to find out stuff that you didn't know about that car. You're going to get to know stuff. You're going to borrow spares. They're going to borrow crap from you. It's going to be a bigger part of your community, is getting to know people who are running the same thing you are. Sometimes it goes well. Sometimes you borrow. Sometimes you're running a first gen MR2 and you borrow a suspension upright from a team who's running the very same car, but then halfway through that model year, they put a dog leg in it, and you put that one on your car, and all of a sudden your car literally won't turn around Sonoma. But that's an extreme rarity. That only happened to me one time. For the most part, everything is going to be same, and you want to know people who are running your same things, especially people who've been running that car for longer than you. They're going to be able to tell you workarounds, tricks. Oh, well, this thing broke. Well, here, this you can do this, this, and this, and you'll still have a great rest of your weekend. So they can take what seems like a catastrophic failure that you think might end your weekend and turn it into, oh, hey, no problem, we'll get you back out there kind of situation. So that's one. That dovetails right into 10. That's 10. That dovetails into 10B, which is get squared away on what tools and spares you need to bring. Don't bring a bunch of extra crap. Don't let your kit of stuff you bring to the track get out of control, but have enough stuff there so that if you have an issue, like, you need to change your brakes, don't be down to your last 1/8 inch of brake pads at the beginning of a track weekend and go out there and run out of brake pads and be like, oh crap, I got to go home. You know what I mean? Have the stuff you're going to need to keep running all weekend with you, and get smart about that. And then that's another good reason to know people who are running your same platform of car. Like, hey, what do you bring? What do you bring out here? Are you bringing out 3 inches in the transmission, or get a good gauge of what you need for spares and that sort of thing. 10C, and I'll leave it here. I know we're supposed to only do 10, but all right, 10CD. Let's dominate out what is going on with weight transfer. Don't worry about the little circle everybody's trying to tell you about with the traction and all this stuff. Just try to figure out, where's the weight trying to be? Where am I trying to put the weight coming in and out of the corner? When you get it keyed in on weight transfer, a lot of the other stuff, a lot of the other concepts will become pretty plain to you. But get your head wrapped around weight transfer and what the hell you're doing out there, and that will help a lot of other things come together. 10D, last one, I promise.
Liar.
Figure out which tire is the most loaded tire at that track. If it's a right turn track, your left front's going to be the one that's most loaded up. Did I say that right? Yeah, right turn. Yeah, so your left front's going to be the most loaded up. But figure out whichever tire is doing the most work when you're turning and rotating at a track. Figure out, key off of that tire, set your car up based on having everything pivot off your most pivotal corner on the track, and sort of work your way around. Don't be afraid of asymmetrical setup stuff at the track. Cater to that one tire. If you're paying attention to your tire pressures and temperatures, expect that one tire to do stuff the rest of the car is not doing, as far as, like, you started with 25 all around, but if you're driving the shit out of the car, you may come back in and that left front's up to like 38. The other ones are, 35, 34, 33 or something like that. You know what I mean? So pay attention to that one tire, what it's doing. I'm not saying do anything different, but pay attention to the tire that you're rotating off of the most at the track. That's that, and weight transfer. If I was going to just try to help anybody get quick setup things in mind, those are some things to work on and be thinking about. I wish somebody had just sort of cottoned me and keyed me into that kind of stuff sooner than I realized.
So if you were at the track when Ben first started, and apparently he was wearing polyester, he wasn't wearing cotton because it doesn't breathe. But
I didn't cotton the shit. Well, let's dominate.
Nope. So all right, that's our 10-ish list. I'm sure we forgot stuff. I'm sure we just
I definitely when I said I had 2 and then I came up with 1, I forgot a good one. So I've definitely got one more in the chamber that was worth saying that I forgot. So I'm sure it'll come back to me.
We didn't even say it's all about the tires as one of our 10. So, there's that too. So what else did we forget? Let us know. GarageHeroesInTraining@gmail.com. And maybe we'll have a top 10 list of the top 10 things we wish we knew at the track that we forgot to mention that we wished we knew at the track the first time we went, because they weren't in this top 10-ish.
We love hearing from you.
We do.